Hello, good morning everybody, or afternoon I should say, if you are in the afternoon or if you're going to catch the replay. Thank you so much for joining. So all we need today is our yoga mat, and maybe if you would like a couple of blocks or a blanket for under your seat, whatever feels best to you. And as long as there's no mishaps in the tech world, this will be up on IGTV and as well as my YouTube channel. So if you can't stay for the whole class, that's okay. So today I felt inspired to lead a yoga class with the energy of the rose. So I don't know if you've seen my stories to even let you guys know that I was coming on this morning. But what I was given during COVID, especially during the lockdowns back in March, was this call to surrender more deeply to the earth. And perhaps it's because I was able to listen more, to surrender more into the unknown, that helped me to finally hear the calls of the earth. But I call it my COVID gift, is finding that connection with the earth and finding the medicine and the teachings and the lessons that the earth has to teach us. We are nature. We are a part of it. And just as she goes through all 4 seasons, we also go through all 4 seasons. And women especially go through all 4 seasons each and every month. And so the more that we can listen to her and surrender into her, I think that the deeper that we can connect with ourselves as well. And if you've been following me for some time, you know that my medicine is to help to guide you to find that safe and sacred space within your body, finding home in your body. And I have found, since I have been bringing in the elements of the earth and the symbolism of the plants and the trees, that we're able to anchor even deeper into our body, find even deeper healing, that presence, that connection with ourselves. So of course, my cat is here in perfect timing. She thinks that every time we put the mat down on the ground that it's playtime. And so I just want to use this as an invitation that if you also have any sort of distractions around you, just do your best to allow them to just be there, right? Allow it to just pass on by. All right, so get yourself in a comfortable seated position. You can either be kneeling, back on your heels. That's not nice. Hey, enough, we're not playing. We can be sitting back on our heels, or we can be sitting in a cross-legged position. And maybe you want to put some padding underneath your hips as well to help bring the pelvis up a little bit more. And let's bring the palms face down on the lap. Roll your shoulders away from the ears. And feel a string at the top of your head pulling you up nice and high so that you can be sitting in an alert position, as well as finding some comfort and ease within the body as well. Go ahead and let the spine be long. Feel the core engage, but also find a little bit of softness in the belly. Let the legs be heavy. Let the jaw relax. And maybe closing off the eyes, or perhaps just softening the gaze. Just looking down towards the tip of your nose, or just off to something that's pretty close in front of you. And begin to feel the breath flowing in and out of the nose. Just inviting this breath to bring you more into a state of presence. Inviting the mind and the body to come into a space of stillness. Today we're going to invite the energy of the rose to come into our body. The rose symbolizes self-love, boundaries, and strength and softness. meaning strength in vulnerability, strength in heart opening. The rose also is very healing for the womb space, and it invites us to remember the magic that exists within the womb. The rose is the highest vibrating plant. And I feel that with everything that's happening cosmically, as well as what's happening physically, especially in the States with the election coming tomorrow, that bringing in the sacred medicine of the rose is going to help us to keep our hearts open, keep those boundaries, and finding that softness in our strength. So I invite you now to begin to bring your awareness into the heart. Taking a few moments to imagine yourself breathing in and out of the heart space. And perhaps even inviting a smile to widen across the entire heart. I often find that by doing this, it helps to really open my heart even more. I want you to imagine now that there is a rose that exists where the heart lies. Notice the color of your rose. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, imagine those rose petals opening even more, one by one. Inviting in a sense of love, love for self, love for others. Opening the heart to compassion, to empathy, to oneness. Opening your heart to strength and softness. And imagine a stem growing from that rose, down through the rest of the chest, through the belly and the pelvis. And once it hits the base of the pelvis, the base of your spine, imagine that rose continuing to grow down through the floorboards, through the foundation of the home or building that you are in, and beginning to travel far and wide into the beautiful depths of Mother Earth, and allowing that stem to begin to grow roots until you reach the core of the earth. Feeling super grounded, held, and supported here by our Great Mother. Feeling this energy flowing back up through those roots, up through the stem, and back into the heart. Seeing and feeling your beautiful rose lit up, completely open, filling you with all that love. Heart-centered, heart-opened love. And imagine that feeling growing bigger into your whole body. Simply becoming the vibration of love. Breathing and receiving that beautiful energy. And On your next breath in, reach your arms out and up overhead. Feel the palms touch above the head. And then pull the hands down to your heart center. And gently bat the eyelashes open as you feel the thumb knuckles press against the light beat of your heart. And then begin to lift the chin so that's parallel to the mat. Take your arms out into cactus. I like to turn my pinkies out, thumbs back. And begin to really feel your belly pull in and up, anchoring it to the spine. Sit up nice and tall, feel that heart open. And as you exhale, bring the elbows together, invite them down towards the belly button, and round the shoulders forward. Inhale to lift, drop those elbows out to the side, lift through the chest, lift the chin if it's okay on the neck, and then exhale, round it through. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale to round. Let's do one more here. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale, round it through. Now inhale, go ahead and lift back up, arms reach all the way overhead. Plant that right hand down beside you, right beside your right hip. Exhale, take that left arm over, and then remove the shoulders from the ears and tilt the heart up towards your ceiling. Big stretch and opening through that left side body. Take a few breaths here. Keep breathing. And then inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over. Shoulders move away from the ears. Heart up towards the ceiling. Breathing now into that right side body, feeling all that space that's being created. And now let's find one breath, one movement. Let's inhale, both arms up. Exhale, over to the right. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale to the left. One more each side. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. And exhale left. Awesome. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, left hand to your right thigh. Right hand behind you. Inhale, press through that right hand to lift you up nice and tall. Exhale, use that left hand to guide you. Belly, chest, neck, and head twist last. Inhale to find your length. Exhale to twist a little deeper. One more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale through to center, arms reach. And exhale, take it to the other side. Right hand to the left thigh, left hand behind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Lengthen. And twist. Last one, lengthen. And twist. Awesome. Back through to center, arms reach. And then go ahead and come forward to all fours. Take your time to get here. There is no need to rush. And then please excuse my cat who has to be front and center during this practice. I hope that you can still see me okay. So as we come onto hands and knees, spread your fingers nice and wide, really claw into those fingerprints, taking the stress off the wrists. Your wrists are under your shoulders. Your knees are under your hips. Your toes can either be curled under or you can bring the feet flat to the top of the mat. That's completely up to you. And feel your low belly pull in and up. And keeping this beautiful alignment. On your next inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, and lift the chin. As you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, really pressing away from your mat. Inhale, drop your belly, shoulders roll back, and we lift the chin. Exhale, chin to chest, and round the spine. Now go ahead and flow through a few more of these on your own. follow your breath, but also feel free to pause where it feels really good. So if you want to hold the cat back for a few breaths, go right ahead. Just listen to the sound of your breath, feeling that heart continue to open, bringing that beautiful rose energy with you as you move your beautiful body. And go ahead and find one more complete inhale and exhale. And then on your next inhale, come back to that tabletop, that long spine. And just checking back in with your body, pulling that low belly back, and go ahead and take that right foot behind you. Feel all 5 toes point down, so you're gonna feel that inner thigh sort of spiral up towards the ceiling. And then take your left arm out long, bicep along the ear. Just breathe here, creating heat and strength in the body, in this beautiful spinal balance. Flex that right foot as if you're pressing it into the wall behind you, and spread your left fingers wide. Keep a soft bend in that right elbow, but continue to really claw into the right fingertips. The tighter your core is right now, the stiller your hold. And if you're wobbling all over the place, that's okay. This is a rather challenging pose. Make sure you're breathing. And then exhale, release that hand and knee back down. Find one cat and cow. Inhale, drop that belly. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, back to center, long spine. Take it to the other side. Take your left foot back. All 5 toes point down. Flex the left foot, the belly in, and then right arm out long. Try to get the right bicep along that ear. Breathe and hold it here. Release the tension in the eyebrows, the jaw, and just breathe into your body. Feel that rose energy flowing through your body. Exhale, release it down. One round here, cat and cow. Drop the belly, lift the chin. Round the spine, chin to chest. Take your big toes together. Separate the knees. Maybe they're as wide as your mat. Maybe they're not. It's okay. Whatever feels best to you. Sink your hips back. Walk your arms out long in front. Take a big breath in. Get nice and long in the spine. Exhale, melt the heart down towards the earth. Let the forehead come to the mat. Let the head be so heavy that the skin of the forehead is being pushed to the bridge of the nose. Feel your heart opening to Mother Earth. Feel that rose receiving nutrients from the earth, especially as you already planted those roots down into her. Breathing deeply, feeling the belly press into the thighs as you inhale. Maybe melting a little bit deeper as you exhale. Press into those hands, and then inhale, begin to come up. Keep the legs just as they are though, as you take your left hand beneath your face. I'm sorry, help. Left hand right underneath the face as you inhale, reach your right arm up high. Exhale, go ahead and thread that needle. You have to move, I'm sorry. Thread the needle coming down to that right shoulder, right ear. Your left elbow can stay bent, or you can take your left arm out long. You can also even drape that left arm across the low back, reaching towards that right hip crease. Breathe here. Plant that left hand down if it's not there already. Inhale, reach your right arm back up towards the sky. Exhale, Right hand replaces the left. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale and fold, threading that needle, coming down to the left shoulder and left temple. Maybe doing the same thing with that right arm as you did on the other side. However, each side's going to feel different, so just try to meet yourself where you're at. Right hand back down to the mat if it's not there already. And inhale, reach your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, left hand down. Walk the hands out just a couple inches in front. And again, spread those fingers nice and wide, really claw into those fingertips. Bring the knees back under the hips, curl your toes under, and let's begin to take our hips up and back for our first downward facing dog. So if this is your first downward dog of the day, really take your time here to pedal out the feet. I like to bend my knees generously and bring my belly to the tops of the thighs, really lengthening out through the spine. And then I like to shake my head out no and yes from here. However, if this doesn't feel good to you, you're welcome to just be pedaling out the feet or just stay in stillness if that's more of your thing. It doesn't matter if your heels are touching the mat or not. Mine never do. The only time my heels have ever touched the mat in a downward dog was when I went to a yoga retreat, and literally I did like a million down dogs that day. So my hamstrings were super stretched out. The most important thing is that your spine is long here. So go ahead and find some stillness in your down dog. Feel your shoulders rotating out, really pressing into the webbing between the thumb and pointer. Feel those inner thighs spiraling in. And on your next breath, look towards those hands. Begin to bend those knees. And on your exhale, start to step yourself up to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Let the feet be about hip width distance here. As you let your belly fold over the thighs, bend the knees as much as you need. Head is super heavy here. Again, you can maybe shake that head out no and shake it yes, or just remain in stillness. Next, inhale, find your version flat back, hands to the mat, the shins or the thighs. Wherever you're at, you're looking straight down, belly's pulled in, and you're really squeezing those elbows and shoulder blades towards one another. Exhale and fold. Press into those feet. Bend the knees generously. Come all the way up to a tall mountain. Arms reach overhead. Palms touch. Maybe looking up at the hands if it's okay on the neck. And then exhale, pull your hands down to your heart. Remember that rose energy. Remember the self-love, strength, and softness, and the boundaries. Smile through that heart space and take this energy with you as you reach those arms out and up again. Big breath in. Exhale, folding straight down with the midline and forward fold. Warming up the spine here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to a stand, reaching those arms out and up. Palms touch at the top, maybe looking up at the hands. Exhale, hands to heart. Cultivating that love. Last time here, inhale up. Exhale, straight down through the midline, knees bend as you come all the way down to your forward fold. Inhale, flat. Exhale, fold. This time, go ahead and plant those palms. Step your right foot back behind you and soften down onto your right knee. So you can come up onto the fingertips or maybe the knuckles as you peel that left hip back to meet the right. Left knee is behind those toes and over the second and third toe. Low belly pulls in nice and tight as you lift the arms up, shoulders down away from the ears. And even though we're kind of like really melting into those hips, we're still nice and firm through the core. Maybe look up at the hands. Exhale, release the hands down. Lift that right knee, step it up, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant those hands, step that left foot back, drop onto that left knee. Right hip pulls back to meet the left. Inhale it up, low lunge. Take a few breaths here. Exhale, rain those hands down, lift through that left knee, left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. One more time, just adding on a little bit. Inhale, flat. Exhale and fold. Right foot back, soften onto that right knee. Inhale to lift. Now this time, let's find those cactus arms just like we did in the beginning of class. So keep holding that left hip back to meet the right, really squeezing the inner thighs together, low belly pulled in, helping you to keep your balance. Big breath in here, opening up through the heart. Exhale, bring those elbows together, round it forward to the inside of that left knee. Inhale to lift and open. Take your time. It's okay if you fall over. We all do it. Exhale, round it forward. One more time. Inhale to open and expand through that heart space. And exhale to fold. Beautiful. Go ahead and keep flowing it down as you release your hands down. Lift through that right knee, step it up to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Set that left foot back, soften onto your left knee. Inhale it up. Now here we go. Check in before we continue. Core tight, right hip back, and then cactus through the arms. Open up through the chest. Big breath in. Exhale, round it forward to the inside of your right leg. Inhale to lift and open. Exhale to fold forward. Last one here. Inhale to open. Exhale to round it forward. And then release your hands down, framing that front foot. Step the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up, tall mountain. Exhale, hands down through the heart center. Connect with all that love. And let's flow. Inhale it up. Exhale, straight down through the midline. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, let's plant our hands. Let's step it back to our first plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists, fingers spread wide, belly button in, tailbone down, heels spike to the back of the mat. Feel all that strength here. For 3, 2, 1, exhale all the way down to the belly, elbows stay hugged and tight. Tops of the feet come flat to the mat, roll your shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the chin in slightly, beautiful long spine. Let's lift the hands off the mat, kind of finding those cactus arms. Inhale to lift chest off the mat. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, lift and lower. Hands plant, curl the toes under. You can either push up to tabletop or push to plank, and then downward facing dog. Very nice. Let's go ahead now. Let's do that one more time. Just switching it up just a little bit. Inhale, roll yourself forward back to your plank pose. Exhale, elbows hug in tight, lower all the way down to the belly. For 3 cobra rolls. Feel the tops of the feet flat to the mat. Take your hands just off of the mat. Cupcake up onto those fingertips. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, roll yourself up. Exhale, roll it down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, lift. And lower. Hands back under the shoulders. Again, pushing to tabletop or plank. Then we all meet in downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet here, or just find yourself in stillness. Stay connected to your heart, to your breath, to your body. As we inhale, lift that right leg up. Just keep the hips even with one another. Exhale, look in between those hands. Step that right foot in between the hands. It's okay if you have to kind of scooch it up. If it doesn't just automatically land there, no worries. Pull that right hip back to meet the left, just like we did in that low lunge. But here we are in runner's lunge. Legs are in 2 lanes of traffic. As you inhale, come all the way up for your high lunge. You can bend that back knee if you would like, if you feel any sort of pinching in your low back. But again, let's go ahead and set up through the checklist first, so we can build that foundation before we flow. Right hip back, left hip forward. Bending generously into that front leg. But that right knee is in line with the ankle. You can see your toes. And it's in line with the second and third toe. Lift your arms up. Feel your core pull in. Now, let's find those cactus arms again. Bend the elbows, open up through the heart. Lift the chin if it feels okay. It's okay if you're a little wobbly, trust yourself. Open up through that heart. Take a big breath in. Exhale and round it forward. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, round it forward. One more here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, round it forward. Take your hands, frame that front foot, step it back to your plank. Find your vinyasa. You can go ahead and lower all the way down to the belly for cobra, or lower halfway chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Just hands and tops of feet on the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Always the option to skip the vinyasa as well. Take it to the other side. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, step it right in between those hands for that runner's lunge. Feel those legs in 2 lanes of traffic. Left hip back, right hip forward. That left knee is safe. Your low ribs are pulling in. We inhale, come all the way up for that high lunge. Adjust that back leg as needed. Feel that strength from the bottom up. Remember those roots that you planted. And then open up through the heart space. Shine that rose in the center of your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, round it forward. Inhale to lift and open. Exhale, round it forward. One more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round it forward. Plant those hands, both sides of the left foot. Step it back to your plank. Vinyasa or skip. Downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here in downward facing dog, getting ready to set up for our next little flow. Pedal out the feet, or just remain in stillness. Move your cat if you need. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Exhale, step it right in between those hands, but pivot on that back foot now. We're going to set up for warrior 2. So you want to have that right heel to the center of that left arch. Your back left foot is parallel to the back end of the mat. As you inhale, you float those arms out wide, kind of like cartwheel them open. And now you're facing the left side of the mat. Look, peek down, make sure you can see those right toes, and mainly that right big toe. Open up through the chest, let the shoulders be soft, but the arms are super strong. Low belly pulling in. Whole body is active and strong. Look over those front fingertips and breathe. Now take your hands behind you to interlace. Press them down and away from the tailbone. Feel your shoulders roll back. Big breath in. Exhale, humble warrior. Arms come up overhead. The goal is to get the right shoulder to the inside of that right knee, but it's okay if you're only halfway down. Just go wherever it feels most comfortable to you. Meet yourself exactly where you're at. Breathe here. Wherever you're at, just be sure to really be pressing into the pinky toe side of that left foot. Right knee stays safe. Weights even between both legs. Inhale, begin to float yourself up, straighten through that right leg. Release your hands, inhale. Exhale, turn to the front of the mat again. Plant those palms, step it back to your plank. Vinyasa or skip. Downward dog. Beautiful work. Take it to the other side. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, step it right in between those hands. Pivot on that back foot. Now we have that left heel to the inner arch of that right foot. Inhale, cartwheel, the arms open, finding yourself in your warrior two. Running through that checklist. Make sure your knee is safe. Press into the pinky toe side of that right foot. Really opening up here. Looking over those left fingertips. Shoulders are relaxed, super strong arms. Find that breath. Take those hands behind you, interlace the more unusual way, if it feels okay. If it gives you the heebie-jeebies, don't even worry about it. Just interlace to how it feels comfortable. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, find your humble warrior on this side. Please be aware that each side is going to be different. So no need to really push yourself into anything that does not feel good at this time. We're finding strength and softness here. And then inhale, coming back up, releasing those hands and straighten through that front leg. Take a rest and release everything towards the front of the mat. Lower your hands down, step it back to your plank. For your vinyasa, we'll all meet in downward facing dog. We have one more little standing sequence. Actually, technically two, and then we'll be cooling it down. Fantastic work. All right, lift that right foot up. Look in between those hands, bring your right foot up in between the hands. This time we're gonna find warrior one. So bring that back foot now to a 45-degree angle. So pretty much what that means is those left toes are facing towards the top left corner. I do a lot of hiking, and so my Achilles tendon can be pretty tight. So warrior one, I always kind of need a shorter stance in order for me to do it properly. So feel free to step that back foot up a little bit more if you need. But those legs are in two lanes of traffic. I like to take my hands to my hips, peel my right hip back to meet the left, and then inhale, come up. So that right knee is bent, and you can see those toes. Lift the arms. Shoulders roll back. Now let's find that cactus arm. Keep your low belly really pulled in, and exhale, just tilt forward. Keeping the cactus arm, keeping the integrity in the core and a long spine. Inhale to lift. Exhale, tilt. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale and tilt. 3, 2, 1. Release those hands down. Right foot back to meet the left. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Final side. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Find your warrior one legs in two lanes of traffic. Noticing that this side's a little bit tighter than the other. Low belly pull in. Feel your inner thighs squeeze in towards one another. Hands to the hips. Core is engaged. Inhale it up. Lift your arms, warrior one. Thumbs back, pinkies forward, relax shoulders. Now find that cactus. Roll your shoulders away from the ears. Big breath in, exhale and tilt. Heart towards the earth and towards the heavens, all at the same time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tilt. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tilt. Awesome. Hands down. Oh, I forgot to hold it. You guys made out on that one. No holding. Final vinyasa here. Take it or leave it. Up to you. Exhale, down dog. All right. Final little strength sequence here. Then we'll be cooling it down. Inhale, look forward to those hands. Bend those knees. Exhale, step or hop yourself to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring the big toes together with a slight part in the heels. Lift your arms up as you send those hips back. Chair pose. Low belly pulled in. Long spine. Sit nice and low. Sit in those heels. You can, of course, look down and see those toes. Breathe here. Five, four, three, two, one. Now bring your hips all the way down to the mat, finding yourself in boat pose. So you can take your shins parallel to the mat, or you can take your legs out long. Just keep your heart open, shoulders back. Breathe here. Five, four, three, two, and one. Awesome. Releasing. Take your legs out long in front. And I like to take the fleshy part of my bum out to the side, just finding a better connection. Sit up tall here. Flex your toes towards your forehead. Really press your heels into your mat. So we're going to find a little fold, but I want you to pretend that there's this big exercise ball here. So that way we don't just like crash into the thighs. We really lead with the heart, okay? So lift those arms up, shoulders back. Inhale, get nice and tall. Exhale, imagine reaching up and over the exercise ball. Let your hands fall wherever they gently land. No need to really force here. Take a few breaths, releasing those shoulders, the jaw, the eyebrows. Now go ahead and take your right hand and grab the outside of your left foot. And then extend your left arm out behind you. Looking back at your left hand, if it's okay, on the neck. If it hurts the neck, you can just look at the wall behind you or look towards that left foot. You can stay here or you can lift that left leg and find this twist. Keep both feet flexed. Breathe. Next, exhale, slowly release. Bring your body back through to center and lift back up. Inhale, arms reach up high. Exhale, again reaching up and over the exercise ball. Breathe here. Take that left hand to the outside of the right foot, and then take your right arm out behind you. Looking at that right hand if it's okay. If not, do what's best for you. Stay here or lift. Nice and slow, release. Bring it all back through the center and then come all the way up. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees wide. We're gonna find diamond pose here. So we're not gonna bring the feet super close into the body. We're gonna keep them out farther in front of us so that your cat can sit here if needed. But really we're just creating this big diamond shape with the legs. And we're going to just gently fold over the legs. We're just gonna let the spine round, the shoulders round, the head be super heavy here. You can also take your arms underneath your legs, wrap them around your feet and kind of come into like this little bind. Either one is gonna feel really comforting. And I just want you to imagine yourself kind of like returning back to that rosebud of like that protection, that love, like a blanket of support, if that makes sense, okay? So just kind of returning back into the heart space, imagining that rose being comforted as it begins to kind of close back up into the little rosebud, still feeling those roots planted deeply into the earth, still allowing the symbolism of the rose to work through your body. Self-love, boundaries, and strength and softness. Perhaps bringing that smile back to the heart. Slowly release the arms if you were in a bind. And everybody walk your hands back up closer to the body. Take your hands to the outside of your legs, bringing your legs back together and coming down to the back. Taking a moment to just hug the knees in towards the chest, wrapping yourself up in all this love. Maybe take yourself a little side to side on the mat if it feels good. On the low back, through the length of the spine. You can even imagine drawing circles on the ceiling with your knees, going one way and the other. And for our Shavasana, I would like to end in Supta Baddha Konasana. Bottoms of the feet come together, knees wide, and arms can go wide to the sides or hand to the heart and a hand to the belly. However, if this pose is not feeling comfortable or safe to you in this moment, you can just find a traditional Shavasana pose. Just your legs and arms out nice and long. This is Supta Baddha Konasana is a very vulnerable pose. And that's a lot of the rose symbolism, that strength and softness, strength and vulnerability. But it's okay if this is too exposing, too vulnerable. Always meet yourself where you're at. And so everybody, let's find a few moments in our Shavasana. Feel the earth holding you. Feel yourself surrender into her. Let her just love and support you. Maybe anything that you're worried about, stressed about, ask her to hold it for you. Ask for her support. begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Take your hands back to the outside of the thighs, bring your legs back together. And maybe stretching fingertip to toe tip, taking the back of the head side to side on the mat. Let's all slowly turn to the left side for peace and grounding. And then taking our time to come all the way up to a cross-legged position or any comfortable position of your choice. Keeping the eyes soft or closed off and bringing the hands to the heart. I hope that this practice served you well. I hope that you are feeling the vibrations of the rose, and I invite you to carry it with you off of your mat. At any time you can return here. Return to your heart. Return to that smile. And know how strong you are in your softness, in your vulnerability. And let's close with a chant of Om. Let's inhale to chant. Om. The light in me sees, honors, and loves the light that exists within you. Let's all bow to ourselves and each other in gratitude. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon.